Hi and welcome to the first ever edition of Pilcher Peer Reviews. We are the peers named Pilcher who review movies. With me today is my handy fake rapier that we use for ARMA, Association for Renaissance Martial Arts. There was my my product placement there, made by New Sterling Arms. Good stuff. Anyway, we have over here Brother Jordan, Brother Titus, Candace, and Hannah. I will use this all night to keep her out of the way so that I can be seen. Anyway, we're going to review movies and television programs that are modern as well as old nostalgia stuff. If you have any suggestions for us to review in the future, just go ahead and put it in the comment section below, and we will think about it and maybe do it. Anyhow, tonight we're going to go ahead and start with The Hobbit, something that I think most of us are going to have an overall positive viewpoint on, but we'll go ahead and start with Jordan. Why don't you go ahead and jump into it? I think you're probably the biggest Tolkien fan here.
I wouldn't go so... well, maybe I would. But overall, I would say it was a satisfactory film. Only if you are looking at it from the point of comparing it to the Lord of the Rings movies.
I look at it at the point of a sword.
But if you're trying to look at it as far as in light of the book, some may come away a little bit disappointed, considering that there was maybe like a whole book or two added to the first movie just to make it long enough to stretch 3 films. But
that makes more money. We should have done that. I need some money.
But for me, being a fan of the movies and not such a stickler about the book, really good movie, I thought.
He's a fan of the movies, and not so much of a stickler for the book. Alright, we'll go ahead and go to a girl next. What does Candace think? Pros, cons, things you did like about it, don't like about it?
Well, at first I thought it was going to be boring, but I really got into it. No matter how long it was really entertaining.
She got into it. She was the 14th dwarf and the only female. She was the one with the small beard. Yeah, is that all you got to say?
Yeah.
Okay, we got the point. Alright, Titus.
Well, the first time I watched it, I'm going to admit I did fall asleep at the beginning. Well, it had to do with staying up late the night before, but I tell you what, I watched it 3 times and I enjoyed them a lot. They were really good movies. There were some problems I didn't like with too much animation and things like that. But for the most part, bless you. I curse you for being
all my descendants.
All of them. Anyway, I found it a good movie. I liked it.
Oh, good stuff. So what about Hannah?
I really liked
Richard Armitage! Go ahead.
I really liked it. I also saw it 3 times and I never got bored. I was wanting to see it more, but none of my brothers would take me.
She had to see it once for Richard Armitage, once for Dino Gorman, and once for Aidan Turner. You know, you had to see one for each of...
Exactly.
They got a thing for beards, apparently. Except for the fact that Richard Armitage in that one Robin Hood movie, they're all like... and he didn't have a beard in that one.
I'm surprised that they enjoyed to see the beauty through beards. I've yet to see that.
Never saw it for Peter Jackson.
He wasn't in it.
Yeah, what up with it? Yeah.
Yeah,
I bet he was in it. I bet he was in there.
Yeah, he made it into a few of the movies, a little bit, right?
All 3. All 3, yeah. Really.
So he had to have been in The Hobbit, or at least in the next 2.
Sometimes even a glorifying angle, like when he was like, kills the orc, you know?
Oh yeah, you almost killed me.
Yeah, really.
Well, there are some cute male actors in Hobbit. Richard Armitage, Aidan Turner, and Dean O'Gorman. They're really cute. Very cute.
Some people look good with the beards and some don't.
Really cute. Yeah. The eyes are like amazing.
I love that the actors, almost all of them, well actually all of them played it really well. Of course you can't see all the dwarfs too much because they're probably going to show their character more in the other 2 movies.
Right.
But I thought they cast them really well.
Yeah.
As for me, I liked the movie a lot, honestly. I didn't think it was worth seeing over and over and over again. I don't know if I'm trying this unofficial purge of the Tolkien geek in me, but as you can see, it's not entirely left. Anyhow, but like what Titus said, actually, you were not worthy to bear the weapon. Anyway, as Titus said, I think the cast was very, very satisfactory. It was surprising. I think a lot of us went into it expecting 13 Gimlis. Short, heavy-set, burly Irish dudes who talk like John Rhys Davies. But in fact, they actually went with some very, very different cast members, some of which you could have played Aragorn or Hobbit or whatever else, but turned out to be very good dwarves.
You know they're desperate if they look to dwarves for cuteness.
I wasn't watching the movie for cuteness, but
we found it.
It was surprising. One of them didn't even look like a dwarf.
Yeah, the only dwarf
how
that
about
was
those trolls, huh?
yeah, the only real dwarf that I was not really satisfied with would be, what was the guy's name? Jed Brophy, maybe.
I assume that's a whole nother line of comparison right there.
As far as he wasn't an actor, he's a stuntman. Was in The Lord of the Rings,
Yeah,
and I guess
one
that's why
line.
they gave him his role. He had one line in the movie, and you know, I guess when you have 13 characters to try to, or 14, or when you had Gandalf in the mix, you have to kind of cut down on some time. So just let your stunt guy have some fun.
And that's the main characters. Of course, there's all those cotton-picking wizards, and there's the elves that somehow made it in there that didn't belong, except for Elrond. I guess he kind of belongs. Which we're always glad to see Hugo Weaving come back. I've always been a big fan.
One thing I noticed is that a big thing in the movie would be who played Bilbo, since he's the main character,
Oh, yeah.
and I loved who they cast for that, because I thought that was going to be the worst part, not having the same actor they had for the other ones, because he's too old now.
They kind of did, though.
Yeah.
They brought him back.
Yeah.
Yes.
But I think they did a really good job of casting
Seriously,
that.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Very good actor.
So, what can we expect from the second movie, you want to guess? Any postulations?
I would suspect we can expect much of the same. We can expect
A lot of
every.
expecting.
Yes, we can expect every detail from the book to be included in there, because you have to make such a small book into 3 movies. And we can expect details that were not in the book as well.
For me, I never read the book, so I just come in there to enjoy
I
a good
didn't.
movie, and the first one was really good, so I hope the second one
Pretty much the only drawback I think I had of the whole movie is that it had too many throwbacks to the originals, which is kind of ironic to say because this is a prequel. So it should be a throw forward, I suppose. But to all the people who went to the Lord of the Rings movies, like, nah, I get that. It's an inside joke.
And I was dumb enough not to get it until after the movie.
With that said, though, I think when you compare it to other films that have sequels, it did well in that regard. Like the Pirates of the Caribbean movies, where I feel like every line Jack Sparrow had in the second and third movie and fourth were all throwbacks to the first. So I thought they did a surprisingly good job on that.
Kinda, yeah, I'd say so.
Yeah. And in one case, one of the throwbacks that Gollum used was a line from The Hobbit that they, for some reason, put in the Lord of the Rings.
There you go. All in all, it was a very good movie, much anticipated, almost as much as any Star Wars movie, but I would say far more satisfactory in that regard. Star Wars movie fans walked away pretending to hate it, whereas Hobbit people were very happy about it. No, I think I've only heard positive reviews, and you heard a generally positive review tonight. If you'd like to hear a review, positive or negative, about any TV show, past or present, or movie in the theaters or already out, just let us know, and we will think about it and maybe take care of it. This has been Pilcher Peer Reviews, and you're not allowed to speak. What do you guys say?
We gotta make our rating. That's something we're gonna do.
Oh.
That's right. Very good point.
Okay, if we got a 5 stars, you can do half stars, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
that's
good.
how they usually do it.
Yeah.
You can only give it a half star. Come on.
Well, I was thinking negative half star.
All right. What do you think?
Out of 5, you say?
Yeah.
Overall, being my opinion, and not so much.
Because I would hate for you to steal somebody else.
Yes, I know. I would say
Mine's valuable.
4.5.
4.5?
It's
I was
pretty high
saying
up
the
there.
same number, 4.5.
Yourself?
5.
Ooh.
5.
Oh.
4.
Get out of here. You lowball it.
Yes.
All right. 4 stars isn't that bad considering. I think most film makers would be happy with a 4.
I didn't expect too many critical remarks. We've been Tolkien / Lord of the Rings fans for a while, but I knew Micah, he would definitely say more than the others just because he's has an eye for such a thing, going to college and studying the media things, and he can see more from the storyline. He actually looks more into the video quality stuff, and now that was about perfect. You can't really complain about that.
So Micah's perfect, is that what I heard?
Yeah, Micah is basically perfect. I strive to be another Micah.
You folks have a good night, and just comment, subscribe, and share. Have a good one. What do you think about Pilcher Peer Reviews? Does it have much of a chance?
I hope so. It should, because I'm in it.
It depends. First of all, it depends upon you viewers, if you will keep us going, and it also depends upon Hollywood to produce movies that we can, just enjoy reviewing.
It's on the World Wide Web. Anybody in the world can see it. And if they don't speak English, they have no idea what we're talking about. We're going to have to put up pictures of what we're talking about. But it's already going to go far, and it will go farther.
I sure hope so. Y'all need to subscribe, like, comment. So, we want to go far.
I think it has a great chance. They didn't find the best people, but they had one that really stood out, and that's gonna be me. And I think people will find that out pretty quickly.
Because you're the interview guy, right?
Yeah. Subscribe.
Far over
Texas did fall to sterling arms. I like that show. Comment, subscribe.
Like to.
And Titus, the interview guy.